Today, my dog Willow is choosing what books I read. I'll throw these 3 balls, each labeled with a letter that corresponds to a book. And whatever ball she brings back is the book I'll be reading. No takebacks, no do-overs. Am I trusting her taste? Absolutely. Should I be? We'll find out. Before we start, make sure to subscribe for more bookish content, and let's go see what she picks. For the first round, these are the 4 books that Willow's going to be picking from. First, A Spanish Love Deception by Elena Armas. B is A Throne of Secrets by Carrie Maniscalco. And C is Beartown by Frederick Bachman. Let's head to the backyard and let Willow decide what book we're reading first. We've got our tennis balls. We have our Miss Willow. So let's see what she picks. Okay? You have to bring one back, Miss Willow. Bring it here. Good girl. A. She brought back A. Okay, thank you. That's all we needed. The ink is getting everywhere, so look at my hands. We need to not let her play with these. Willow picked book A, which is The Spanish Love Deception by Elena Armas. I'm a little disappointed that she didn't pick Throne of Secrets, but that's fine. I got this book in a Bookish box subscription back in, I want to say 2023, and it was supposed to be a July box, but because their shipping was so backed up and everything was like basically back ordered, I didn't get this until January. It is beautiful. I will give it that. It is a stunning book. I kind of feel like I put off reading it because I had such a bad experience with Bookish Box. I do have one friend that read it and she enjoyed it, so she thinks that I also would enjoy it, but that just wasn't enough to get me into it. The only thing that I know about this book as of right now is that it is a fake dating situation, and I'm pretty sure it's at a wedding in Spain, ? I do enjoy the fake dating trope, but I'm also not the kind of person that picks a book based on its trope. I'm sure I'll like this book. I just need to sit down and get into it. Okay, y'all, the hardback of this is stunning. Wow. This is also a really good way to kick off my February. I haven't read any books in February yet, so this will be the first one, and I vibe. Miss Willow, it was a good pick. I'm proud of you. Update time. I'm about halfway done with The Spanish Love Deception, and here are my thoughts so far. So, I kind of have mixed feelings at this point. I like our female main character. I'm not obsessed with our male main character yet. For the female main character though, I can totally relate to how hard she's like pushing herself at work, and she definitely has major eldest daughter syndrome, and again, I can relate to that. I will say at the beginning, there's something that happens to her at work that really irked me and really made me mad. And I think that's the point. That's why it was there. However, it hasn't been addressed since. So like it happened and they haven't talked about it since, so they haven't done anything about it. So I'm hoping that this doesn't just get brushed under the rug. Like this is something I hope that we address by the end of the book. And if not, that'll definitely be disappointing. So we'll see. There's also text messages on page in this. So I know some people are like super against that and don't love that. I don't care either way. It's not necessarily like a plus for me, but it's not a negative for me either. It is quite a bit slower than I typically like in a romance. 50% through and they haven't even gone to the wedding in Spain yet. So if that says anything to you. But I am excited for them to go to the wedding in Spain. I'm looking forward to that part of it. I did also just get to the part where he ends up having to take care of her for a reason. And I did really like that. That was cute. I enjoyed that time that we got to spend with them together. I'm gonna keep on reading and I will check in again with you once I finish the book. I was gonna film a little me making some coffee this morning to set the vibes for the day, but then I went to use my Nespresso because I'm the laziest girl in the world, and there were little tiny bugs all over my Nespresso pods. So then I went on a cleaning rampage, and here we are a couple hours later. I finished The Spanish Love Deception last night, so I wanted to chat about it before we had Willow pick my next breed. Right off the bat, I don't think that any romance novel needs to be more than like 350 pages. Anything more is unnecessary. And unfortunately, that holds true for this book too. I did really love the end of this. I love how everything gets wrapped up with that work situation I talked about earlier. I mean, these two characters definitely had me kicking my feet and giggling. They were very cute at the end. Around the 75% mark, I was worried that things were going to just get very like lustful and not really romantic, but I do think the author did a good job of balancing the lust and the physical attraction that they clearly had for each other while also still having some worthwhile romance as well. There's definitely some dialogue in this that I was giggling. I was giggling about it. I'm not even gonna lie. My overall rating for this, I keep going back and forth between a 3 and a 4 star. I think truly it's like a 3.5, but I don't want to give half ratings these days. So I think I'm going to go with a 3. I think this aligns more with other books that I've rated a 3 compared to other books that I've rated a 4. So I think I'm landing on a 3. The writing itself was well done. I just think it was a little too wordy for me, a little too descriptive. I just kept wanting to get to the point. I also found myself skipping sentences, skipping paragraphs. Oops. Gonna say it, skipping paragraphs because I just wanted to know what was happening rather than all of the descriptors and the frilly words, if you will. I did enjoy my time. My 3-star rating of this by no means is my way of saying I don't recommend it. I definitely do recommend it, especially if you are into the fake dating trope. This was good. This was a fun time. I am not mad that I read it, but it's not 4 to 5 star quality, if you know what I mean. I'm glad that Willow picked this one. I'm glad that I finally read it, and it is going to look even more beautiful on my shelf now that it is read. Now to get into the fun part. So obviously finished that book last night. We need another book. So we need Willow to pick one. So I'm gonna go through her options. She's actually outside right now, but we'll go out there when we're ready. So first is Shadow and Bone by Leah Bardugo. This will be option number A. I've been wanting to read this book for so long and I've been putting it off, but it's on my TBR for the month, so I want to read this, obviously. Next, option B is Beg, Borrow, and Steal by Sarah Adams. This is what I would listen to on audiobook. So I obviously don't have a physical version, so this is just the cover pulled up on my iPad. But this is option B. Finally is Heavenly Bodies by Imani Arui. I'm not entirely sure how to say this. This is a Fairy Loot special edition of it, and it is stunning. It is beautiful. I don't know anything about this book other than it is stunning and beautiful, and I want to read it. So this is option C. Let's go see what Willow chooses. Which one will it be? Bring it here. Oh no. Bring it here. Thank you. Option B. I'm very happy about this. This means we're listening to an audiobook. Willow picked option 3, which means we will be listening to Beg, Borrow, or Steal by Sarah Adams on audiobook. And I'm very excited about this because now I get to start a puzzle and listen, and I'm ready. I'm ready for it. Some things about this book before I really get into it. This is book number 3 in the One in Rome series. I think they're interconnected standalones, so you don't have to read the other 2 first, but it's kind of a situation where things will be spoiled for you if you don't, but whatever. This follows Emily, who is one of the sisters from the books, and she is a school teacher. And this is a rivals to lovers, I believe. So the male main character, I don't really know his name yet, but he is also a teacher at the elementary school, and they're rivals. So that'll be fun. I think Willow is low-key a romance girly because 2 romance books in a row. She knows the vibes for sure. I picked my puzzle. We're gonna be doing the Secret Soup Magic Puzzle. It is a 1,000 piece puzzle, and we're gonna start on this one. I have been wanting to puzzle and listen to an audiobook for so long, but I just keep putting it off, reading physical books. So we are happy. Hi, Miss Widow, you wanna say hi? Oh my goodness. These are the vibes so far. Very excited to get into it and very excited to puzzle. I wanted to give a little update before I got ready for bed, but I am I am exactly 59% through Beg, Borrow, and Steal by Sarah Adams. This book is so good. No, I'm really liking it. I really like the 2 voice actors or readers, narrators, whatever they're called, that are reading this one. I'm vibing with them, but this story is so cute. At first, I was a little concerned that it was going to be too much about them being teachers and too much about work, but it's really not at all about that, like a very little about that. And our male main character is so cute, Jack. Oh, love Jack. They're so cute together and they're so sweet together, and you can just tell like all of their pent up emotions they felt towards one another. I love this small town and I wish that I could be there immediately and hang out with Mabel. I don't know why that's too much to ask for. I've also really enjoyed all the cameos of the other characters that have been in the other books. That's so fun. Actually, now that I'm thinking about this, the female main character is also the oldest daughter, just like in the Spanish Love Deception. But I'm so glad that Willow picked this, and I'm so glad that it's audiobook because I've been able to do so much stuff. I'll give you guys a puzzle update tomorrow, but I also made some sourdough bread while I listened, and I cooked dinner. We had sloppy joes for dinner, if you care, and I was able to get a little work done while I listened. This was perfect. Thank you for picking good books. I love you. She's definitely a romance girly. I will check in with you guys tomorrow after I read some more. Pa. Pa. Good girl. I can't remember the last time I updated you guys, but I know I haven't mentioned that I finished Beg, Borrow, or Steal yet, so we're going to talk about that. And then also Willow picked my 3rd book, so we're going to talk about that. First of all, I finished Beg, Borrow, and Steal. I really liked it. It was really cute. It was fun. It was exactly what I needed. I feel like I say that all the time, but this book is what I needed. It was a slow burn, like the slowest of slow burns, which I ate up. I love a slow burn. Also, the male main character gives the female main character a nickname, and oh, it was so cute. And I don't know what it is about a nickname, but I love a nickname. I wish I had a super cute little cutie little nickname. Why did I say cute so many times? I don't know, but that was so cute. I loved that. Also, I'm pretty sure that I need to move to a small town because I love the small town vibes. And I love that there's just a little pie shop and you can just go to the little pie shop. And I love that she has her spot in the coffee shop. And that is goals. Okay, but let's get a little serious about the book. So I would say this one is more similar to Emily Henry, especially compared to the first book that we read, The Spanish Love Deception. That one felt like a little more surface level, and yes, there were like emotions and feelings involved, but I feel like Beg, Borrow, or Steal went a little deeper into the emotions and also just like character growth of the characters in a similar way that Emily Henry does. I think that Emily Henry goes even deeper, but if you like Emily Henry and her writing, I think you would really enjoy these books. I also think it's a little more similar to Emily Henry's earlier books, like A Beach Read or A Book Lovers, and a lot less similar to A Happy Place and A Funny Story. I think those ones go a lot deeper into character growth and like more of a character study than romance. I also really enjoyed the backstory between the two characters, and I loved the way that we found out about the backstory, or like that was revealed. I really enjoyed how the author used flashbacks, so certain chapters were 10 years prior, 10 years in the past, and she uses these flashbacks to create a better foundation for their romance and show how they've been feeling feelings for much longer. But the one thing about flashbacks is I typically don't love them when they're used a lot. She used them very sparingly, and they were so effective in creating that timeline for us, but also creating more of an attachment towards these characters. And I really enjoyed the audiobook. That was a great way to consume this. I, of course, still want to buy the physical because it was good, and I enjoyed it, and I would love a physical copy of it. But the audiobook was good, so I definitely recommend, and I listened to it on Spotify, so y'all can listen to it too. My overall rating for this book, I would say, is 4 stars. Definitely liked it more than Spanish Love Deception. I think maybe I would give it a 4.5 stars if I was gonna do half stars, but I don't really want to do half stars, so I'm going with 4. It's not a 5-star, but it's definitely a 4-star. I liked it a lot. It was cute, it was sweet. I don't really know what's going on, but I keep reading books about aspiring authors, but I don't realize that the books are about aspiring authors. It just keeps happening. They just keep appearing to me that I am reading them. I don't know what that's about, but it's really making me want to write a book, and I don't have a story to tell, so that's a little weird, but maybe one day. Moving on. Next, I did another Throwing the Balls to have Willow pick my next book, and I had a migraine yesterday, so I just kind of recorded it happening so that I could get to the book and start reading it. As you saw, the book she picked was Shadow and Bone by Leigh Bardugo. So this one is on my TBR for the month, which is fantastic. I didn't know much going into this book aside from the fact that I watched like the first half of the first Netflix episode, and then I realized that it was a book series and I wanted to read the series before I watched the Netflix series, so I stopped. But I didn't really know anything about this book aside from that, so I basically just knew that they were trying to like pass through this dark fog or whatever, magical fog, and yeah, that's basically all that I knew. I'm already 50% through and I'm really enjoying it. It's going by super fast. I think that this is a YA fantasy, but it's not really giving YA too much, I would say. Like, it feels mature and not YA. I don't know if that matters to you. Doesn't matter to me. But yeah, I'm about halfway through. I am flying through it. I think, depends how crazy I'm feeling, but I might finish it today, which would be wild because I started it like late last night. I'm really excited to finish this book and then watch the first season. I'm gonna have to look up and see if it's like the first book is the first season or if there will be spoilers in it if I need to finish the series before I start the Netflix series, but yeah, I'm really enjoying this so far. It's going by super fast. I'm really interested to see where the story goes. Oh, one last thing before I get back into reading. I got yesterday my copy of Deep End by Ali Hazelwood, so I included that in one of Willow's potential picks yesterday, but she didn't pick it, so maybe we'll read that one next. Not in this video, but this will be my last read of the video. But I've had a lot of fun, and I hope you guys have had fun too, and I'll probably do like more of these little like reading vlogs and challenges and stuff. Okay, that's it. I'm done yapping. I am going to get back into reading. I'm in the same spot, but it's a good bit later, and I wanted to give a little update. I am almost done. Yeah, I only have like 50 pages left in this, and something so annoying just happened, and I just want to scream, and it's just really annoying, and I'm frustrated that it happened, but I know that like probably needs to happen in order for this book to be a series and not just one book, a one and done. So I'm annoyed that it happened, but it made me take a break from reading for a bit. But I only have 50 pages left, so I would really like to finish this before I go to bed tonight, just because that part was frustrating and it's not what I wanted to happen. Doesn't mean this isn't a good book. I'm still really enjoying it and probably going to end up rating this very highly, but we'll see how it ends. My gosh, guys, look at Winston. I don't think you can even tell how cute he is. He just has his little legs crossed. Hello. I have, in fact, finished reading Shadow and Bone by Leah Bardugo. I actually don't know if I'm saying her name right. Hopefully I am. My final thoughts. First off, I think I'm rating it a 4 stars. Definitely not a 5-star YA fantasy that I've read. I loved how fast-paced it was. I enjoyed the characters. I liked the magic system. Oh my god, he's so cute back there. This was definitely a good, fun read, and if you are just getting into fantasy, I would probably recommend this because it is fast-paced and it's easy to get into. I will say the names of the places and some of the things is confusing, and I don't know why it needed to be that complicated. It was also predictable for sure. Like the end and how everything was going to end up, definitely I predicted. I am interested in continuing the series. I am not in a rush though. I don't currently own any of the other books in the series. I do own the Six of Crows duology though, which I guess comes after this one. I do want to finish reading this series. I just am not in a rush. I am, however, excited to watch the Netflix series. Apparently, I can watch the first season and it won't spoil the rest of this series, but I think if I watch the first season, it'll spoil some things in the Six of Crows duology, which I'm kind of okay with. Overall, I would recommend if you're just getting into fantasy. It is a fun little YA fantasy, and yeah, it's a good time. I think that is all for this video. I think we've officially read all of the books that Willow has picked. We let her pick 3 books. Maybe we'll do more. No, we won't do more. 3 feels like the right amount for one video, you know? I had so much fun filming this video and reading these books, and it was a great way to get books off of my physical TBR, even if I'm not reading just from my February TBR. It was fun to just have her decide and have her pick. It was also a great way to start off my February reading 2 romance books and a YA fantasy that was super fast-paced. I am on a good roll. I think I'm going to finish reading The Throne of Secrets next and then Deep End. So if you want to stay up to date on my thoughts of those, I won't be recording any of that, but I will probably be updating on my Instagram and my TikTok and my Goodreads. So all of those are linked down below if you want to go follow me there. Also, if you made it to the end of this video and you haven't subscribed, what are you doing? Subscribe. And I do have my Patreon link down below if you want to support me and my channel and help me grow my library. Definitely check that out. But yeah, I think that's it for the video. Should we have Willow say her goodbyes? Oh my goodness. Okay, can you say goodbye to the people? She says goodbye, and she says we'll see you next time, and she says she loved being the star of the video, but she has to go because she has to go play fetch. Okay, that is it for the video. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.